Hello, my name is Mr. Futa and I'm an instructor at the MAS Barrientos Mexican American Culture Center, and today we're going to be making Caretas de Vejigantes. So have you all ever heard of Carnaval? So Carnaval is a festival that happens every year. During that time, we have a big celebration, a big party, and a parade in many places. So in Loíza and Ponce in Puerto Rico, they have this tradition of Vejigantes who wear masks like this, often wear capes and big costumes, and they run around scaring people. Do you like scaring people? I like scaring people sometimes. The Vejigantes are kind of monsters. So you see they've got sharp teeth, they've got horns, and this is a tradition that originates in Spain, but a lot of the elements of these masks and this mask making tradition actually comes from the African roots and the native or Taino roots of the people in Puerto Rico. So today we're going to make our own version of the Careta de Vejigante. I hope you enjoy it. What we're going to need is a large paper plate, a pencil, a pair of scissors. Then we're also going to need containers, preferably disposable ones, glue, and water. Going on top of that, we can use newspaper, old paper bags. You could use paint, but then you'd have to wait for it to dry before you do any painting. But what I'm going to use is tissue paper.
Did I forget anything?
So that's a lot of stuff. Now what I like to do to start off with is... Really, I just wanted to be able to get to my plate. Okay, so first we're going to take our plate. I'm going to flip it upside down. Now what I want to do is I want to make a Y shape. So if I came all the way from the middle and I made a Y. Like that. So they're going to be approximately the same on all these ways. Now I'm going to take my trusty scissors and I'm going to cut just from the edge up to that middle circle. On all three sides, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is right in the middle of them, I'm going to get my pencil, making sure it's nice and sharp, and I'm going to try and push it through. Like that. Now don't worry if your plate bends a little bit. That's not really going to matter too much. Okay, around that, I'm just going to draw a circle. Circles like that. Now these are going to be eyes and a mouth. So you can make them however you want them to be. Get your scissors and cut them out. Then I'm going to get some tape. And to make the mask a little bit more 3D, I'm just going to overlap them a bit. So that overlap it a bit. And then put some tape so that it stays. Okay, so now it looks a bit more like that. Do the same thing on the other two sections that we cut out. And there we are. Now it's about to get messy, so what we want to do is cover the table with some of the paper that we have. Okay, so I've got a lot of paper here on the table. I want to get my mixing container and put in a bunch of glue. Hey, come on, man. Work with me, man. And then I want to put about the same amount of water. Start off with a little bit. I'm just going to mix it up with my hands. Now you could mix it with a stick or something like that, but I mean, we're going to be putting our hands in the glue anyway. It's, I think, faster and I think more fun. So there we have our paste. Okay, so let's set that aside. Then I'm going to take an old paper bag and I'm going to cut the sides. Doesn't have to be neat and tidy. I'm going to need my tape again. What I'll do is I'll take this and I'm kind of folding it across a bit first to make this kind of point, and then start rolling from there. So that I make this point. Okay, once I've made it, I get some tape. And just tape it on to hold it. The same thing with the other one. Okay, so I have two and they are going to go onto the base. Now maybe I don't want ones that are so long. I'm going to make sure to put some tape further up. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut them how long I want them to be. Now what I want to do is just make sure I have some tape, not at the very end, but a little bit further up. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some cuts. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, going about an inch up. Okay, and then fold it up. Like that. And then we're going to be able to stick that on like that. There we go. So the Vejigante from Ponce has lots of horns. So I got this little offcut, one we made before, and I want to make smaller horns. So I'm going to cut this one in half, and like we did before, make another little cone. So I have two. Let's just trim off those ends. Okay, so where should I put these? I think I might just put them here on the side. I think that'll be interesting. So let's just make sure everything's stuck on where we want it to be. There are no parts that are loose. So we're going to need strips of paper. We can use our newspaper. Now one thing I like to do to make it faster is just fold it up. So I'll fold it up, fold it up, fold it up, fold it up as much as I can, that I'm still going to be able to cut it. If it's really hard to cut, open up one of them. And I want a bunch of thin strips. The other ones we can use are the paper bags, but just be careful with these ones that you're going to need probably smaller pieces and you're going to need a bit more glue. Because we're using a paper plate, it could start caving in from it getting soaked in wet. And that's why I'm using this smaller container. So I'm just going to put that in the bottom, put this one on the top, so that'll hopefully help to keep the shape. Let's get our paste mixture. Let's get a piece of our paper. I'm going to use the thicker paper. Tear off a piece. Put it inside our paste. And then I'm just going to cover it over like this. And I want to make sure that it's sitting nice and flat. Okay, so we keep on doing that. At the beginning, I really want to focus on making sure that I'm going to cover all of these parts here on the horns so that I make sure that they stay on. I also want for some of them to be going up our horns so that it joins it together, so that our horn and the plate just become one big piece instead of two different pieces. Now what we want to do is we want all of these strips to cover our entire model and make it thicker. So I put them facing all kinds of different directions so that they're going to overlap and they're going to make a stronger structure. So you'll find that newspaper is a lot easier to work with. You just need more layers. When I'm going up the horns, it's good to use longer strips of paper because they can go around lots of times, so that's going to make it a bit stronger. One thing you'll start to notice too is that you need a lot of paper. So make sure you got lots of newspaper to use. Another thing to be careful about is to make sure we don't touch our clothes, because or else we're going to get a lot of paste everywhere. Now how many layers you put on it is up to you, but 2 or 3 is probably going to be the best. So that when it hardens, when it dries up, it'll be nice and strong. There's going to be some parts that already have a ton of glue on it, so you can just stick that on straight away without putting too much of the paste from the container on it. You'll find that once you get a lot of paste on there, you don't need to dip it in the paste as much. You can just use some of the paste that's already on there. What we can do now is we can actually start putting on our tissue paper. So if you're going to paint it, then you'll need to wait for it to completely dry and then start to apply some acrylic paint. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to get some of this cool tissue paper, and like what we did with the newspaper, I'm going to fold it and fold it again and fold it as many times as I can, and take my trusty scissors and cut strips. As long as it's still wet here, I could probably just put the tissue paper over the top like this, and it'll soak it in because it's a lot thinner than the newspaper. I'm just going to start layering it on here. Now I think I'm going to need some more glue, so I'm just going to make some more. Make sure to stick down the edges, any edges that you see sticking up, with a bit of paste. That'll make it more smooth when it dries. So remember, if you don't finish right now, that's okay. This takes quite a long time, so just do as much as you want. You can always come back to it. Now it'll take a long time to dry. This could take like a whole day. So you want to put it in a place where it's not going to get disturbed, it's not going to get moved around. And you also want to make sure that you're careful about what surface you put it on, because remember, it's still wet, it could stick to it. And remember, if anything does get messed up, it's a monster. So it doesn't matter. Could actually make it even more scary. So here is my Vejigante. I'm going to leave it to dry. Now, one thing I want to make sure is that I use a little bit more of this leftover paste I've got to make sure that all the edges are sticking down. Okay, so now my careta de Vejigante is dry. One thing that is missing is teeth. Okay, Vejigantes a lot of time have sharp teeth. I have this piece of paper lying around, a scrap piece of paper from another craft that I did. I'm just going to trim it like that. Now just to make sure, yeah, that's a good size. I want to get my teeth, so I'm going to cut it like so. So we have some sharp teeth. I'm going to take my tape, flip it around the other side. I'm going to stick that on. So now, la careta de Vejigante is complete. I hope you had fun. Happy making. See you next time.